And today, in part 8, we are going to discuss land banking. Our topic today is land banking. So what is land banking? Land banking is the process of acquiring and holding undeveloped land for long-term investment. When the land significantly appreciates in value, it can be sold or developed. It is a very powerful vehicle to build enduring wealth. So this is just simply the definition of land banking. So you look at a virgin land, you buy it and keep it for some time. When the value go up, you can sell it, you can develop it, or you can develop part of it and sell part of it. In fact, you can use the money you got from selling it to develop the other part. That what I mean is, let's say you have 10 hectares of land, for example. You can decide to sell 5 hectares and use the money to develop the remaining 5 hectares. There are a lot of options, so many things you can do. But the main thing is that you buy the land when the cost is still very, very low. And when the price of the land go up, you evaluate the options. Either you are selling it or you are developing it. So if you take a look at this picture, this is Transcorp Hilton Hotel. As at 1990, this is the picture on the left. And as by 2024, that's the picture on the right. This is just to give you an idea of what land banking entails. Like by 1990, this is how the area was looking. You can imagine buying empty virgin of land in this place by 1990, even if it didn't get to now, but maybe 10 years later, the place is coming up very well and you are selling it with a very huge profit. It has been proven as one of the very powerful means through which people can build wealth. So what are the key strategies for making money in land banking? Identify high growth areas. Most critical factor in this model is location. Look for area close to a major city and buy land there. So what we are trying to say here is this. If you take Abuja, for example, there are cities that are very, very close to Abuja now. That's the main heart of Abuja. You can go to those outskirts and buy land when the land is still very, very cheap. And when development start to go to that area, you begin to sell them. Do you understand? Please, land banking does not mean that you go to your village or go to one remote area and go and be buying land that place. It will be difficult for you to make the kind of money we are talking in that place. Please, it must be very, very close to a major city, because what happens if you take the heart of Abuja, for example, you see the main city in Abuja now is getting choked up. Even if you see land here, you may not be able to do what? To afford it. So the model, it means you look for areas that are what? Very, very close to Abuja. Some people have cashed out on this model. Some people went, they even left Abuja and went to Nasarawa State from Maraba, getting Masaka, getting to Kefi. You understand? They went there and bought land. Today, it's not what they bought it that they are selling it. If you also start going to places like Kuba, you leave the town, begin to go Kuba, Dede. So those are what? The outskirts. So if you also look, let's say you leave the stadium and begin to go towards airport, it's also places that one can buy land. So the other strategy is to buy low, hold long. So what it means is this: you buy the land when it is very cheap. Don't forget that this holding can take years. Do you understand me? It's not a model that you buy today, tomorrow you say you want to go and sell it. Do you understand me? So the idea is that you buy the land when it is still very, very cheap. Hold it for a long time. In fact, one of the big names in land banking in Nigeria today, our mentor, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, he recommends that you hold the land for at least 5 years. Do you understand me? And 5 years also is not cast in gold. Some may take longer than that, some can take shorter than that. But the idea is that you buy low and hold it for a long time. Then timing the market, have a good understanding of market trends that and economic cycles. It will help you to know when to buy and when to sell. If you are doing this business, you should also know what is happening in the market. You should look at the city and know where the direction of development is going. So in you people's idea, where do you think development is going now from heart of Abuja? Any idea?
So it's going to Abo and Sabe too.
Okay. Any other place? Kuje Aziz, yeah. Those places are also good. We will see later where the places that are very, very ripe for this kind of thing. Then you master the land use and legal issues. So what we are trying to say here is that what? If you are doing this, you should know we have gone through all this before. Land use. You see that is what? Is a recurring decimal. Anytime we are discussing about real estate, land use, because that is basically what controls everything. You should be able to know how land use work. You should know the legal issues involved in procuring and selling land. For example, if you go and buy a government have interest on it, the plan may not work. Do you understand me? That means you go and buy committed land, a land that government have interest. Somebody call you, say, come, I have land. I will sell it very cheap for you. You go and buy it. It will rather be a problem for you instead of doing what? Helping you to make money. So you need to understand land use and all the legal issues that are involved. The title for the land must be perfect. Otherwise, when you are even, the land has appreciated in value, you are planning to sell it, some issue will come up and you will not be able to make it. Then you add value to the land. You can add value by clearing, fencing, obtaining building plan approval, and changing land use if necessary. So these are some of the things that you can do to add value. So when we say obtain building plan approval, if the place is a place that, okay, maybe the development is already getting there, you can decide to process the approval. You know that a land that has a building plan approval and the one that is just a virgin land is not the same price. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. And so this brings to question what we have been discussing before. You understand? I remember there were times you people went to do marketing, you came back and say some people are saying are selling land in other places cheaper than us. So the first thing you need to ask anybody bringing document for you to buy land is it buildable land or is for land banking? Do you understand me? So it's not just that they are selling this land so and so amount, your own is this. So for example, if somebody bought a land, he has fenced it, he has processed approval, it's just for anybody who is buying to come and start building house there. It cannot be the same like a land that will not even be able to access the site in the next 5 or 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So please have this at the back of your mind. If people are telling you this person is selling his own land this amount, ask what kind of land. Is it for land banking? We are not saying land banking is not good, but we are just trying to say that, you know, the prices may not be the same. Then strategic selling and development partnership. When the land has appreciated, you can sell the land or develop it. You can also explore partnership option for the development of the area if it is very big. So what we are trying to say, let's say you have large expanse of land, you may not, the value has appreciated. As I said before, you have a lot of options You can decide to sell part of that land and use the money to develop the other part. You can also decide to sell the whole land with profit and walk away. The land is your own and you have so many options to explore when it comes to this model. So how do I identify the right location for land banking? See, the one thing is clear. If you make mistake in choosing the location for this kind of model, it will not work. Do you understand me? The place you are buying should have a future. There should be something that will take people to that place. If you take, for example, Ibeju-Lekki, what draws people to that place? One, you have the Dangote refinery. They are building a seaport. In fact, they have built a seaport there. Do you understand me? They are also a university very close to the place. And now government is planning an airport in those places. So you need to choose the location that it is very, very certain that development will get there very soon. There are places in this Abuja, since I came to this Abuja, getting to 20 years. The way it is that time, that is how it is now. So, but you need to identify those places that have potential. So location is very, very important. And as we said, let it be on the outskirts of a major city. Do you understand me? Okay, then you choose a new project. This will bring population to the area. Consider what? Industrial projects. Examples, okay, we have discussed this, was Dangote Refinery, Ibeju-Lekki. It brought a lot of people there. Then transportation hub. Under transportation, you can look at things like seaport. Is the place close to seaport, airport, train station, bus terminal, or recreational parks? Just things that bring people, you know, because real estate is all about people. Do you understand me? You are developing land for what? You are either building houses or you are building commercial, you are either building residential houses or you are building commercial properties. At the end of it, it is people. Do you understand me? People will come either to live in those houses, or if it is a commercial property, they will come and take it to do business there. So you should look for a place that, you know, will bring people to the, you look for an area that will bring people to the area. As I said, it's not only Dangote refinery. Most states now, if you go to our state, for example, the state governor is building a free trade zone. Do you understand me? Those are the things that bring people very, very close to an area, and it will help, it will spur the demand for accommodation. That means if you build your houses, people will be able to will buy or rent or stuff like that. Do you understand? Then schools also. Examples are university or any big school. Do you understand? Because what? If the place is close to a school, the parents of the people who attend this school there would like to live very, very close to the school. There are some secondary schools that they are even more than university. Do you understand? So these are some of the things you will be looking at. Then location with good town planning. Yes, we have discussed this partly. You choose an area where, like for example, government interest is in that place. I hope you people remember Maitama 2. Immediately the current FCT minister came, he said they are going to develop the place. They want to put infrastructure in that place, and people were advised to pay their share of O. I think they are planning to start the work in no distance time. So you should look for area that even if they have not done what they are said they are going to do, there's a plan to do it in the future. In fact, if they have done it already, the price will go up. Is that correct? So, but there should be a plan for that place. Then get expert advice. Hire competent professional in the industry to advise you. Please, this model is not, if you are not experienced, it may also not work out well for you. But there's knowledge is available for those who want to seek the knowledge. So you get across to people who have been doing that kind of business. They will advise you. Then at the end of the day, after getting their advice, you reflect on what you yourself have known and make informed decision. So what are the benefits of land banking? It has potential for high appreciation. Land is an infinite resources. As population grows, demand increase and prices go up. Low maintenance costs. Compared to developed properties, maintenance cost is next to nothing. Diversification of investment portfolio. Land values are often influenced by different factors than stocks, bonds, or other assets. This can help to mitigate risk. Hedge against inflation. It is not affected by inflation. Instead, as the cost of goods and services increase, its value go up as well. Potential for future development. Land banking provide opportunity for future development either by investors or by selling the land to developers. Long-term wealth preservation. It allows investors to build a legacy for future generation while safeguarding their financial well-being. Please, these are what? The benefits of embarking on land banking as a business. I think they are very, very what? Self-explanatory. We have discussed how real estate could be used as a hedge against inflation. Land banking is one of the models that can do that. Potential for future development. So if you have the land and the area is now developing, you can develop it, you can sell it, you can do all sorts of things. Then long-term wealth preservation. I don't know, personally, I don't know of anything better, any other better way to preserve your wealth. Let's say you are already rich and you want that wealth to be intact. Do you understand me? I don't know of any other way to preserve wealth except putting it in real estate. And among real estate, land banking is one of them. I think I once mentioned it here. Bill Gates, one of the richest men in the world, is today one of the biggest land banker in the world. What he's doing is he keeps on buying farmland from here to here. So he's using it to preserve his wealth. So in terms of wealth preservation, land banking is also a way you can try to do that. So what are the risks? We're back to risk again. As I keep on saying, there's two sides of a coin. There are two sides of investment. You have the rewards and you have the risk. We have looked at the risk and then we have looked at the benefits. Let's look at the risk. So the first one is lack of liquidity. Do we understand what this means? Eh? Do we understand? Liquidity means you cannot sell it quickly and get your money. As I said the other time, if you are a stock trader, you want to sell your stock, it's a click of a button, you will sell. But consider land banking. In fact, when it comes to land banking, because remember, you are buying the place that is not yet developed. Do you understand me? So it's not something that you just wake up in the morning and say, okay, I have this land I want to sell. You can sell it, but you may sell it at a very, very low price. You may not even be able to realize the money you used to buy it in the first place. So liquidity means you will not be able to sell it easily when you put it the other way around, when you want. Do you understand me? Because you bought it for future development. So please, even some people, there have been incidents of real estate developers having problem with people who subscribe to their estate. People bought land, just like what I say. They did not ask, is this place a place I can go and build house now? They didn't make that inquiry. They brought paper to them and they bought land. In some cases, they did not even bother to go to the site and see the nature of that place. So they wake up one day and say, I want to sell the land, I want my money back. When they told them, look, you cannot, it will be take time for us to sell this place, or the place is not yet developed. They start shouting that the people are scammer, this and that. So it's important that you know what you are doing. Then holding costs. So holding costs here means you have to do something to keep the land. For example, you have to put, if you don't want story to enter your land, depending on the site, you may have to do what? Put security there. Do you understand me? So zoning and regulatory changes. You can buy a land for land banking. You have a hope that you are going to do residential house. Policymakers in government can decide to change the use for the land, or even say, okay, we have interest in this place, we are taking it. Then if they say they have interest, they are taking the land, and you bought the land genuinely, they can compensate you. But in some cases, the compensation may not now meet what you had in mind before. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, development uncertainties. When you want to develop, obtaining permits could be time consuming and challenging. Also, infrastructure development in the area may not occur as anticipated. You know, we are trying to tell you, say, okay, go and buy this place that is going to develop. Do you understand? Just as we gave example for my Tamatu, this project will still be on board for another 2 or 3 years. So there is no certainty that if you buy this place, it is government will do exactly what they say and at the right time. Do you understand? But it does not mean that you may not get value for your money. But it's just that if plans to develop the area didn't come the way it was planned, you might not get what you expect, what you expected to get from that place. Is it understood? Then there's fraudulent activities. There's risk of, encountering fraudulent sellers or scammers. Please remember our video on how to avoid scammers when you are buying property. So there's a risk of encountering fraudulent sellers or scammers where land ownership is misrepresented. Example is what? Omonile in Lagos. I hope we are all familiar with this term, Omonile. So it could happen that they sold land for you and there are multiple interests for it. It will start resulting to legal issues and all that. Then non-income generating assets. Unlike developed properties, raw land may not generate income. If you build a house, for example, you can, even if you don't want to sell it, you can put it for rent and be collecting rent on it. Do you understand? But in some cases, it is difficult to generate income from land that you bought for land banking, especially if it is in the outskirts. Of course, if you buy land within the city and you want to keep it for some time, some people can take it from you and be doing, put some temporary shade. Like you go to town now, you are seeing some people, they are doing mechanic, they have batcher there. When the owner want to develop, they will vacate the place. But if it is a land you bought in the outskirts for land banking, you may not get that opportunity. So it's a money that you just put somewhere and go and wait. Do you understand? So it does not generate income like that. Then proper understanding of this risk will help investors make informed decision. One best way to mitigate this risk is to get a mentor that has established a reputation in the field. So one way you can mitigate this risk is to do what? Follow who know road. Richard is sleeping. Please. So one way you can mitigate the risk is, get people. Or another way is what? To buy from a credible real estate company that have track record. Do you understand? So that 10 years later, you go to them, your land is there, and they will give you. is another way to mitigate risk. Okay. So where are major cities? Major cities in Nigeria are good for land banking. Please, we are not trying to say that you cannot do land banking in other cities. Anywhere, especially state capital, you can do land banking. But there are areas that are very, very hot. Do you understand me? On top on the list is Lagos, then Abuja, Port Harcourt. These are the biggest cities in Nigeria where you can consider doing land banking so that you get higher return. It's not that if you do in Enugu, for example, you will not get. But what we are trying to say here is that the return on investment in these cities are higher because of population growth. So in Abuja, you consider places like Maitama 2, Guzape 2, Kiami, Kagini, and Idu train station. This is my own personal view, please. I'm not saying this is the only places you can do land banking in Abuja, but left for me, these are the places. Maitama 2, just as we discussed, government have interest in Maitama 2, and they are already planning the infrastructure. The same thing with Guzape 2. Guzape 1 or Guzape main was, so that it's a place every body want to live in Abuja today, because places like Asokoro, Maitama main are already filled up. So it's a place where high net worth individuals want to stay. So they are making effort to develop, put infrastructure on Guzape 2. Then Kiami, why did I put Kiami here? Kiami is opposite Centenary City. Have you heard about the Centenary City?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You have not heard? Centenary City is just like, I think what our people did, that they went to Dubai and copy what is happening in Burj Khalifa, and they want to replicate it here. Please, after this class, go online and read about Centenary City. It's on the plan. It has not been built, but one day it will come. Last week, I came across a newspaper report that the value of the project will be around $18.5 billion. Do you understand? So you can imagine if you have a property close to that kind of facility. Do you understand? So when these people sent out the Dangote refinery, initially it was $18.5 billion, but due to inflation and all things, it went higher than that. So you can imagine that kind of project that is coming up in a Centenary City, and this Kiami district is opposite it. If you are going to airport, Centenary City is by your left, and then Kiami, the land directly on the other side of the road, that is Kiami. So Kagini, why did I put Kagini here? Because of the train station. It's close to a transportation hub. And if you start coming from Dede towards the city, you will meet APDC estate. All those places have built up. Then after that, you begin to meet Papa Ground and the structures behind it. So this area where Away State is one of the places that have not been fully developed in that area. So it is a what? It's an opportunity for you to, buy land there and do land banking. This one, I'm very sure that full development will come there in a very few years. In fact, they have even started building infrastructure there during Jonathan time. But due to politics and change in government, they had to stop it. So I think, you see, what? Okay, Idu train station. Okay, yeah, please, Idu train station. I don't know, have any of you visited the Idu train station? The main Idu train station.
Yes,
So that place also is a very good place because of what?
the train station.
The train station. And train is the best means of transportation for a country like us with a very large population. You can move very large number of people from one place to another within a shortest possible time. And the government is already looking into that situation. That is why they are building stations, they are buying trains, they are adding coaches here and there. So it's also a very good place for one to consider. As I said, this is my own analysis. It depends. Other people can come with their own view on it. But basically, any city that is close to Abuja, you can as well do land banking there and make money from it. So this is where we draw the curtain today on our training. So this opportunity to partner with the Mark Group. Either you want to buy property from us or you want to partner with us as sales executive on commission, independent sales executive. So you can visit our website or contact us on the numbers on the screen. Thank you for watching this video and remain blessed.